welcome to Hobby Life episode 12, everyone. I'm Brody the Kid. Thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you to our sponsors, Beckett Media and Southern Hobby. We are on location for a very special episode. You guys are going to want to meet this guy. Let's get to it.
Hi there. Are you here for the 67 Impala?
What?
Uber Eats. Hey, God, I'm starving. You're not Uber Eats. What do you want?
I'm Brody the Kid. I'm here to film Hobby Life.
Brody the Kid! Great to meet you!
Okay, guys, my guest for episode 12 of Hobby Life is Jimmy Mack. Jimmy, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan. I've been there since 1977. I love Star Wars so much, I host a Star Wars podcast called Rebel Force Radio, and I collect Star Wars and have since I was 8 years old.
That's pretty awesome. You are not going to want to miss this collection. Let's get to it. I just saw you on Collector's Call yesterday. Can you show us a little bit around this amazing room?
Sure, I'd love to.
Alright.
I always like to start off people by showing them, first let them soak in the room a little bit, but then there's the moment of shock and awe when the action figures get revealed. Dun, 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 dun! So there you have it.
Holy cow.
I mean, this is 40 plus years of obsessive action figure collecting. 3 3/4 inch. That's the size of the figures I like to collect. They're the backbone of Star Wars collecting, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
And one of the most popular toys ever created is the Star Wars action figure line. These are actually the figures here that I have had since I was your age. A lot of these I purchased in 1980 when I was 11, 12 years old. And my mom sold all of our toys in garage sales. The superheroes, the $6 Million Man, G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. But she always held on to the Star Wars stuff because she thought that my kids would like it as much as I liked it. She didn't realize that I still like it as much as I did when I was a kid.
Crazy.
It is crazy, yes. Crazy is the word. That is definitely the word to use. But, it's a way of just connecting with something that I'm passionate about, and that's Star Wars. And so having a collection like this that I can immerse myself in as a hobby and share it with people like you, it just makes me feel a little more connected to Star Wars. And I think that's why a lot of people collect.
So what was the first ever action figure you got as a kid?
Oh, I have it right here. It's a classic. It's good old, you know who this guy is, right?
R2-D2.
That's right. And as you can see, the wear and tear, that he's been around for a while. And, he was heavily played with when I was a kid, and now he sits on a shelf. But I love him. And, even though he's all beat up and everything, I did actually get one that is in a little bit better shape. But this one is the one I like the best, because when I look at this, I think of being a kid and playing with Star Wars outside, and this is a great collectible. But this is a real genuine connection to my childhood. And Star Wars is kind of like a fountain of youth for me. I think it keeps me feeling pretty young. So that's maybe another reason why I keep coming back to it.
So is that your favorite figure you have, or is there a different one?
Well, I think my favorite is good old Boba Fett. This is an original Boba Fett from 1979.
That's awesome.
I actually had to order him in they were doing a giveaway where you would get 4 proofs of purchases and send it to Kenner in Cincinnati. And you'd have to wait like 14 to 20 weeks for it to show up. So by the end of week 13, we were checking the mailboxes pretty religiously looking for these. And he finally showed up, and it was a glorious day in the late 70s. But it was advertised to have a rocket firing feature. But go ahead, you can touch it. Oh, we just dropped his blaster. That's no big deal. That happens in this room all the time. But go ahead, pull that. That's locked in there, isn't it? That's not firing at anyone. What had happened was there was an incident with a Battlestar Galactica toy just before this was released. And the Battlestar Galactica toys would shoot these little plastic darts out of them. And apparently a kid was injured pretty severely and with one of these darts. And so the toy companies then made a big push to remove these rocket firing features from toys. And so when this showed up, it was locked in. And we were like, what? What's wrong with this? It's broken. A few prototypes have been released to the public, and they're worth tens of thousands of dollars. This action figure isn't worth that much. It's worth a lot to me, though, because he's the one that I waited for to show up in the mail that summer of 1970, 78 or 79. I can't remember which year it was.
So, Jimmy, how did you start collecting all your Star Wars memorabilia?
It all happened one day when a trading card fell out of a loaf of Wonder Bread in my mom's kitchen. This very trading card is what started it all. And it's a Tusken Raider. I had never seen an image from Star Wars before this came out of the loaf of bread. They would just pack these loose into bags of bread from Wonder. And this guy came out, and I stared at him for a long time. A long time. And look how ugly he is. I just couldn't, I was just like, wow, what an ugly looking dude. There has to be more like him. And I want to see it all. So after getting this trading card, I asked my dad to take me to go see Star Wars. And he took me, we got there 20 minutes late. So it took a little while before I actually saw the entire film. But we did finally go see Star Wars because of this trading card. This is what started it all. So,
Tell us a little bit about this card you are holding right now.
this is a hand-drawn work of art by artist Kevin Lyle. Kevin Lyle is a really well-known and very popular Star Wars illustrator. And he took a blank trading card and hand drew and colored this picture of Nine Numb, who was Lando Calrissian's co-pilot in Return of the Jedi. And not only did Kevin draw this, he had the actor who played Nine Numb sign it, Mike Quinn. It's very awesome. And this is a one-of-a-kind piece, and it was given to me by Kevin as a gift because he had a bunch of trading cards stolen from him at a convention here in Chicago. Oh, wow. And Kevin lives in New York, and so I had to go to the courthouse to pick up his trading cards. And it was several $1,000s worth of illustrations like this. And he said as a reward he was going to let me pick one of my choosing. And I picked this one just because it was signed. I've never met this actor or gotten his autograph before. And I do like to collect autographs too, but primarily from people I interview. But yeah, one-of-a-kind card. And these are called sketch cards. Sketch cards are very popular with collectors now. And they're randomly inserted into packs of Star Wars trading cards, depending on what set it is. And then you can pull them out of a pack, and it's a big score for you. They usually go on eBay for anywhere from like $25-50 to and upwards to several hundreds, depending on the artist and the drawing itself.
Oh, and that could not have been too easy to draw because let's be honest, Nine Numb, I mean, he looks kind of weird.
Yeah. I believe Robot Chicken referred to his face looking like a plate of pancakes. This is the original Wonder Bread card. We were talking about that. Kickstarted my collecting and Star Wars obsession. But fans have been making trading cards too, outside of the big manufacturers like Topps and Disney, etc. And this is a pack of all new Wonder Bread cards created by a fan who excels at printing and creating his own trading cards. And so he takes some of the classic designs from cards like the Wonder Bread design, and he extends the set himself and creates cards that were never ever before manufactured. And he does a heck of a job packaging these things. You can't open his packaging at all, apparently. There we go. There we go. That stubborn Scotch tape. But here we go. We have a whole set of trading cards created by a fan.
That's awesome.
Check that out. And so these were never produced, and he does real good work.
Yeah.
It is cncpt.com, and I believe that stands for concept, because the guy who does this is a concept artist in Hollywood for major motion pictures. So really good stuff.
Yeah,
really good stuff.
Black looks really nice.
Yeah, really nice. It's good quality card stock, actually better than what Wonder Bread did back in the day. But these are unique cards that he created, and very limited printing. I think only 88 sets were printed.
Oh, wow.
So you want to get on that. Oh, there you go. That's good old Admiral Mahdi. You remember him? Vader choked him in the original Star Wars, Episode 4,
yeah,
New
I
Hope.
remember that.
Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
He was smart talking to the Dark Lord and paid the price. So get a little force choke for him. But yeah, what a great set. What a great idea.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Well, I saw these silver packs of Star Wars cards, and I really wanted to ask you about them. So can you tell us a little bit about these?
Sure, I'd be happy to. When the movie Solo, a Star Wars story, came out in 2018, Disney had partnered with Denny's. It was a Disney-Denny's partnership, and they created packs of trading cards with Topps to promote the film. And these cards were given away at participating Denny's. And I went to a Denny's, and we asked for a pack of trading cards, and the manager at Denny's was very generous. And we couldn't believe that he just kept handing us pack after pack. What a nice guy. And so here, let's open one. I've never opened a pack. You go ahead and crack that open. What's in there? There we go.
Looks like we have a little coupon.
What's that for? $1 off.
The purchase of any 2018 Topps Solo product.
Oh, wow. I'm sure that's no longer valid, but we got a couple of them.
Oh,
we got
a Denny's coupon.
Oh, no kidding. 10% off your online order. I've never thought of ordering Denny's online before.
I don't see an expiration date, so... Oh, now I do. That's expired.
Oh, bummer. Oh, well.
Lando Calrissian, that's pretty cool.
We got a Lando.
And an L337.
L3. So there you go. So we're off to the races. How many do we have to... Here, you know what? It's addictive. Once you open one, you have to open a second one. So crack that one.
It looks like on the back, 1 in 100 packs have a foil parallel.
Ooh, a foil parallel. Come on, foil parallel.
All right. Oh, 20%.
20% off the entire guest check at Denny's.
Oh, man.
Offer valid till July 27th, 2018.
I don't think that's good anymore,
no.
Sadly.
Plus, I don't think Denny's is
So we have Therm Scissor Punch. I don't even know.
Let's see. What's a Therm Scissor Punch?
And a Val.
Val.
That one was a little easier to say.
Good old Val. So she bit the dust in the film. But there we go. So we have 4 of the cards that we need for a complete set. How many do we have to? 12. 12 cards total. And you get 2 per pack. And the coupons.
Oh, and 1 through 6 complete Puzzle A and 7 through 12 complete Puzzle B.
So what would you do if you were me and you had these packs? Would you hold on to them, or would you rip them open to maybe get that foil variant?
Maybe I would save 1 or 2, but then the rest I would probably open.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Excuse me! Now is the time of the show where we play the Interrupting Game Show!
Oh boy.
This is a game show that makes 0 sense, there's no winners, no prizes, and nobody knows what they're doing, and it just doesn't matter. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
I guess.
That was very lame. Let's try it again. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we're
Yes.
ready. Go, go.
Today's game is going to be rapid fire with Brody the Kid. Brody will ask a question. You have to pick your favorite answer out of the two choices, and you have to go as quickly as you can. If I yell stop, you must follow the instructions or you will be disqualified. Again, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Yes.
Yes.
3, 2, and begin.
Fast sports cars or motorcycles?
Oh, I have to choose between the two of them. I get it. A fast sports car.
All right.
Yes.
Ice cream or popsicles?
Ice cream. Ice cream.
City or beach?
Beach.
Be a stormtrooper in a movie or have Harrison Ford's phone number?
Be a stormtrooper in a movie.
Freeze. You must now both talk like you're using the Force.
George Washington or George Lucas?
George Lucas.
You can have 15 vintage figures of your choice or see 1 hour into the future.
I'll take the figures. The future, I don't want to see the future.
Freeze. You must now talk like you think Jabba the Wife's wife would talk. Go.
But Jabba...
Never mind. Continue as normal.
Cubs or Sox?
White Sox.
Good. Old school Star Wars movies or new Star Wars movies?
Old school, of course.
Freeze.
I would hope.
Jimmy must answer the next question while tapping on his head and clucking like a chicken.
Okay.
Begin.
Darth Maul or Darth Vader?
Darth Vader, back.
A day at Star Wars Disney with just your family or a sleepover unattended at Lucas Ranch?
I'm gonna tap your head too.
Okay.
Give me that sleepover at Lucas Ranch.
Stop. Brody must now ask the question like he is a cheerleader. Begin.
Oh boy. Have lunch with Jabba the Hutt or go for a walk on Hoth?
Stop. That was the worst cheerleader I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know.
A little more pep and let's cheer. Ready and go.
Have lunch with Jabba the Hutt or take a walk on Hoth?
I'd have lunch with the Hutt.
Stop.
Go team.
Everybody can go back to normal.
Would you rather have Darth Vader be your father or frozen in carbonite?
I guess I'd rather have Darth Vader be my father than frozen in carbonite. That doesn't seem like fun.
$1 million or hang out with Princess Leia, but you could only speak Wookiee.
That's a tough one. I would take the $1 million, quite honestly. I would take the $1
Stop.
million.
That has shocked all of us here. At
Yeah,
HOBBYLife
you know,
Show.
it was a tough one. That was a tough one, but
$1 million buys nothing, Jimmy Mac.
I don't want to see into the future, but I have to think about my future.
Proceed.
The best Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi or The Empire Strikes Back?
Ooh, well, I would say actually Star Wars A New Hope is the best.
Ooh,
Yes.
Interesting.
I would. But if I had to choose between those two, I would say Empire.
And lastly, because I ask everyone, Anna or Elsa?
What? You do a what?
Did you not watch the movie Frozen?
I did not. I've never seen Frozen.
Okay.
I've never seen Frozen. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, you have both lost today's episode of
We both lost.
Interrupting Game Show.
We blew it. But now I have homework. I have to see Frozen, which has been overdue because I take my kids to the Disney parks and there's Frozen stuff all over the place, and I'm the guy standing there going, I don't get it. So
Jimmy Mac just has to let it go.
just let it go.
Back
Let
to
it go.
regularly scheduled programming.
See, I get the reference.
Jimmy!
Hold on.
Jimmy, you
Hold
said I could play. It's been like 3 hours. Come on, man. You live here. You can play this anytime.
No. Hold on. Give me a minute.
You've had 3 hours.
No. Just give me a minute, okay? I need just
right.
another minute. I'm gonna get a high score here, Brody.
It's time for product review. Here is where our two hobbies collide. Cards and Star Wars. So, we have Archive Signature Series. Star Wars, you get one encased autographed in every box. That's the only card, but it's a buyback card, so it can be a card from 1977 that of Luke Skywalker that they bought back, he signed it, and it's in the product. So there's huge potential in here. Let's open it.
Let's open it up. Come on.
Let's see what we get.
Ooh, you have a box cutter. Very professional.
Yes.
Very professional.
Got to be careful.
You have to be. And especially if you pull out something good, then you could protect your investment with the very same box cutter.
All right.
So
it's going to be spoiled right away.
Here it comes.
If I don't know it, you're going to have to tell me, all right?
Well, I'll tell you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We got a good one. We got a good one.
She's in Jabba Hutt's thing, right?
This is Cy Snoodles from Jabba the Hutt's Palace, lead singer of the Max Rebo Trio. And what a good-looking gal. Who signed this, I wonder? Because it obviously would have had to have been a puppeteer. And I thought a guy named Tim Rose was the puppeteer. But it doesn't look like
song.
It doesn't look like that's the name Tim Rose. Also interesting, Cy sung a song written by a guy named Joe Williams, who was the son of John Williams, who was the brilliant composer who did all the music for Star Wars and every other famous movie. Joe Williams wrote the song that this character sang, and Joe went on to have a career as the lead singer of a band called Toto. Have you ever heard of Toto? Africa, Rosanna, yes, and several other hits.
I'm trying to think, but I don't think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So, but that's great. Wow, and it's stamped 27 out of 41. So only 41 of these exist, and you have a mid number. Topps Archive Signature Series.
It's also
certified
stamped on there.
autograph. But we have to figure out who signed it. That's the mystery.
Yes.
Who signed this card?
I mean, we could try to read it, but I mean, it looks like Mike something.
It does. It does. We'll have to launch an investigative report on
We'll do
this.
some research.
Look at Cy Snoodles IMDb, maybe.
All right, so that is Archive Signature Series. Awesome product. What'd you think?
Amazing. These are really great. I didn't even know these existed. So thank you so much for bringing these awesome Topps cards to my attention. They're great.
Yes, they're very cool buyback cards. And that one you're holding right there was a surprise. I opened that one last year, and I wanted to bring it here so you could see what is in here.
Oh, really?
So open it up.
Can I open it?
Yes.
Really? This is going to blow me away,
Yeah.
isn't it? Okay, let's take a look. I don't want to rip your box. All right, here we go. Holy cow. You got the... Wow, 1 out of 1. Harrison Ford, Han Solo.
Indiana Jones as well.
The only existence of this card is right here
And
in the
it's
Star Wars
gold
room.
ink. Very
Gold ink,
cool.
Harrison Ford. Wow, and overjoyed Han Solo.
That
I
doesn't
bet you
happen
were
too often.
overjoyed when you pulled this out of the box. Holy cow. What a great collectible.
Yes,
2018.
very cool.
That's amazing. He signed it like sideways, I think.
Very cool.
And then he just went about his business. One out of 1, though. How impressive. I love how they stamp it in gold and everything. That's really cool. But these are original cards from the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is from the Series 3 set, which I have some cards in there. But I certainly don't have a Han Solo Harrison Ford autograph card. This is great. This is great.
That was Archive Signature Series Star Wars Edition. Very cool product. Make sure you check it out. Find it. And try to get a box for yourself. Giveaways are up next.
You look good. This is my Chewbacca jacket. Pretty cool, huh?
Oh, I'm keeping this. Alright. Our giveaways. Obviously, they're going to be Star Wars because this is a Star Wars themed episode, right,
Yes.
Jimmy? Yes. So, we have a box of 50 packs of stickers.
Wow.
5 stickers per pack, so that is 250 stickers, if my math is correct. Wouldn't be surprised if I lost my brain cells during quarantine.
I'm with you.
obviously produced by Topps, as they do all the Star Wars stuff. Very cool. And also from the brand new, well, not brand new, but it's been out for a little bit, but the Mandalorian set.
Yes.
32 cards. I still have to watch The Mandalorian.
Yeah, you got to. That's a really good show. You'll
Yeah,
love it.
I'm going to start eventually.
Haven't you been curious? Everyone's talking about Baby Yoda. Don't you want to know what that buzz is all about?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to figure that out and start watching it. So, tell all your buddies to enter.
I will.
You're disqualified.
Oh, rats. Can I at least look at them?
Sure.
Okay, because I wanted to see this.
So, we'll post a tweet on HOBBYLife Show's Twitter. It'll be something like retweet the tweet, tag a friend, or something simple like that. Just make sure, keep an eye out on HOBBYLife's Twitter.
Do it. Do it now.
Look at Twitter.
Ooh, Jedi mind tricks.
Alright, Jimmy, this is going to be a hard question because you have so much memorabilia, but what is your favorite thing you have in your collection?
Wow, it's really hard to choose. And I showed you some of the original action figures I had from when I was a kid, and those are always very close to me. But this is really cool. Whoa. This is actually a trophy that I won for a Star Wars fan film I created about a dozen years ago called the George Lucas Hip Hop. And I created it with some friends of mine from the show Rebel Force Radio. And we entered it into the Star Wars Fan Film Awards, hosted by Adam. And we won. We won. This one.
They got drinks and popcorn.
They got the drinks and popcorn. This was specially sculpted for this trophy. Obviously, awesome. It's not anything you can purchase. And I don't think they produce them like this anymore for when they actually do still have these fan film events. But this was awarded to me in 2008 at San Diego Comic-Con for Audience Choice Award in the 2008 Star Wars fan film competition. Yeah, R2's, he's got a little beverage there, and who can watch a movie without a big tub of popcorn? Even if you're a droid, that's the way they do it.
You got R2, the very smart droid, and C-3PO, the one that never stops talking.
He never shuts up, yeah. But this means a lot to me because it's actually something that I won. And I didn't think for a bajillion years we would win.
That's a very cool color.
Yeah, it's just a nice piece to have on display too, so I love it. Yeah.
Very cool. If there was one thing that you do not have in this crazy collection, what would it be that you'd be looking for?
Well, I think the holy grail for Star Wars action figure collectors is the rocket firing Boba Fett we were talking about earlier. And I have a few facsimiles of that. For example, this is a replica of what one of those prototypes would look like, and you can see it has this little slot here that you move and it would fire off the missile. The missile apparently has already been fired off. Some
kid had to get injured.
Yeah. It was a sad story when it happened. But like I said, a few of these models made it out to the public, and they go for tens of thousands of dollars. So I settle for fan-created replicas because I can't afford the real thing. But would I like to have the real thing? Heck yeah, I would. It would look great on this shelf. So, but I don't know if that's in the cards for me. I'd have to win several lotteries to be able to afford something like that.
Boba Fett's just too cool.
Boba Fett is the coolest.
All right, well, that is it for episode 12 of Hobby Life. Jimmy, thank you so much for being on. Can you tell us where we can find you?
Ooh, you can find me at Rebel Force Radio. That's the Star Wars podcast that I've co-hosted with my friend Jason Swank from Cleveland for the past 14 years. You can find us at rebelforceradio.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter at RFR Rebel Force, and on YouTube at youtube.com/rebelforceradio.
Pretty awesome. Make sure to check them out. As a token of appreciation for being on the show with me, I wanted to give you this Cy, whatever her last name is.
Cy Snoodles.
Not Snoodles.
Yes. Yes.
I know you've been dying to have that one in your collection.
Are you kidding me? I'll take it. And I also need to research and figure out who exactly has provided the autograph for this card, because I don't recognize it, and it's a mystery. This is going to be a Rebel Force Radio investigative report. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And thanks for visiting me in my Star Wars room.
Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you to our sponsors, Beckett Media and Southern Hobby, for sponsoring the show. Remember, you guys can find me on Twitter at brodythekid, on Instagram at brodythekid1, my blog, bigleaguebreaks.com. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you to my co-host, Jimmy Mack. Okay, now here's how we have to end the show. You go like this. Peace out. All right, you got this?
Yeah, I think I got it.
3, 2, 1.
Peace.
out. So what'd you think of the show today, Puppet Lando?